The beginning of the story is the first-year opening ceremony of Settin Academy, the school where many kinds of animals, from big to small, are studying together. Jin Majama, the movie's male lead, is a student representing humans studying here, and it's only his first day enrolling. He was hit in the face with a pineapple. Jin, angry, threw it away, but accidentally hit a little Wolf, getting hit with a painful blow. Then the little Wolf dashed like a rocket towards Jin. But the result was, it hit Principal Amano's water tank instead. At this moment, the tyrant dinosaur teacher arrived and shouted at everyone, standing in line, straight ahead. When the principal was about to give a speech, the water tank is broken, causing the teacher to be swept away and lying rolling on the ground. Seeing that, the little Wolf dashed to chew him up. Just a little more, and the principal will return to the dust. In this academy, it's all animals, making Jin extremely annoyed, because all along he really hates furry creatures. During lunchtime, Jin unexpectedly met the little Wolf again at the cafeteria. This little Wolf is named Ranka, and when she saw him, the girl puffed up her fur, because she thought someone was coming to steal her food. Seeing that, Jin took a portion of his food, his own, to lure the girl. Sure enough, when given food, the little Wolf ate it, and even offered Jin to join her pack to thank him. But the guy wasn't too interested in that. So he threw a bone to lure Ranka the little Wolf elsewhere, to avoid the hassle. At this moment, a human female student named Hino arrived, to ask to sit together. She looked extremely cute, making Jin fall head over heels. And he suddenly thought that, if all the animals in the academy went extinct so that this world only has you and her, how great that would be. Seeing a girl approach Jin, then Ranka jumped up to declare, "This male belongs to my pack." Upon hearing that, Hino got embarrassed and left immediately. Being interrupted by the little Wolf made Jin extremely angry. Because you have agreed to join Ranka's Wolf pack. There is no Wolf pack with just one member like you. Being poked at his sore spot by Jin, then Ranka told that when she was young, she was once bullied by a group of bears, and a human boy stood up to protect her. That made Ranka extremely grateful, and thought that she could make friends with other species. After saying that, Ranka tucked her tail and left while Jin suddenly remembered the boy in that story. No one else but himself. And because of protecting that little one, he was punched by the bears in a beating. And also because of that reason, he felt extremely hated the furry bunch. The next day, while Jin was talking to Hino, Ranka ran over again asking him to join her pack. Of course, he straightforwardly refused, and said that, "I have joined Hino's cooking club." Ranka had no other choice. So she had to apply to join the horse pack, and the little Wolf was caught by the club. The club leader is a zebra named Kuro, treated like a slave. When seeing Kuro raise her hand to hit Ranka, then Jin stepped forward to intervene. This lady has always been very arrogant, because she thinks she belongs to the noble zebra species. But Jin immediately pointed out that zebras are actually closer to fire species than to horses. The proof is that a zebra's tail has only a few hairs, similar to the fire species. And the zebra lady was so embarrassed she didn't know where to bury her face. So she ducked her head and ran away. That afternoon, Hino approached Ranka to invite the little Wolf to join her club. And both were attacked by the bears, cornered in the school by the pack to tease them. Although they were very aggressive, but Ranka still decided not to abandon Hino. Fortunately, Jin arrived just in time, and used a spray to chase away the bears to rescue both. But at the same time, the little Ranka also got a bit spicy, causing her pain and rolling around. Jin just turned back, then saw the bears standing up to retaliate. Revealed that they found a nearby water source to wash their faces. Ranka dashed over to save Jin, but as a result, she got a face slap from the bears. Luckily, at that moment, the dinosaur teacher appeared. The thugs got so scared, they ran for their lives. Afterwards, Jin thanked Ranka for trying to save him by agreeing to join her pack. The Wolf was so happy that she dashed over to lick Jin's mouth, because that's how wolves communicate. And Hino couldn't escape either, but got Ranka to lick her as well. The next day, Jin decided to test Ranka's cooking skills before she could join the club, and a female koala from nowhere also applied to join. She introduced herself as Komori, and also wanted to take the test to join the cooking club, because her koala species only eat eucalyptus leaves all year round, so she wants to try other dishes. And especially, Komori came here to find an extremely delicious dish that her mother used to eat when she was young. But when she asked her mother about it, she received an extremely scary expression. Komori tried her hand at making eucalyptus spaghetti, Unexpectedly, the dish turned out to be extremely tasty, making everyone extremely delighted. However, eucalyptus leaves are toxic, and only koalas can eat them. So any other animal, even humans, shouldn't try it. Now it's Ranka's turn to cook. She washed the ingredients with soap and made a mess in the kitchen, forcing Jin to jump in and instruct. Finally, after struggling, the little Wolf also made a dish. But it looked very terrifying. To thank Jin for the guidance, Ranka invited him to try first. Seeing the disgusting smell on his hand, she is so brave, but still didn't dare to eat. Even so, Komori gathered all her courage to try a bite, and unexpectedly found it quite tasty, and exactly like the dish her mother used to give her when she was young. Now Komori recalled, that dish was made from undigested eucalyptus leaves, excreted from her mother's anus. Or to be more exact, the fresh poop from a mama kangaroo were excreted for the cub to eat to avoid poisoning, because the stomach of the baby koala is not yet capable of neutralizing the toxins in eucalyptus leaves. The next day, while everyone was gathering in the common room, suddenly a cat named Kurumi appeared. Her name is Kurumi. She stated she didn't want to join the club, but just wanted to come and visit. Then the group went to the vegetable garden to gather ingredients for cooking, but the wild pig managing the place refused, because the yield this year had significantly decreased. Seeing that, Kurumi used her cat's charm skills to seduce the wild pig. Thanks to that, the group got to baskets full of vegetables. Kurumi was not only beautiful, but also very capable. It made Ranka afraid that she might lose her place in the pack. So, while cooking, the cat also showed affectionate behavior towards Jin, making the little Wolf even more jealous. Even so, when asked if she intended to join the cooking club, Kurumi still replied that she wasn't interested. Early the next morning, just arrived at school, then Ranka dashed over to Jin and announced that I have found a new member for the club. It's a sloth named Mizubi. She is a famous mammal species, the slowest in the world. Even if she moves a little too vigorously, the heat generated would be enough to make her drop dead. After class, the long-necked dinosaur teacher asked Jin to carry the sloth back to the dormitory, and Ranka carefully helped her take off her clothes to get into the bath. But the hot water temperature almost made Mizubi faint, so Jin had to carry her and help her bathe, because she wanted to thank Jin. So Mizubi went to pour tea to invite him, but after making the cup of tea, she also fainted because she exerted herself too much. Even though Mirubi was extremely slow, and even only ate about 5 grams of leaves each day, but the whole group was still cheerful to have her join the cooking club. Jin noticed Kurumi was watching everyone from outside the window. Even though she was verbally insisting she didn't care, but looking at her tail, Jin knew that Kurumi really wanted to be friends with everyone, but due to her pride of the highly esteemed cat species, so she still refused to admit it, and turned tail and ran away in embarrassment. To celebrate the club having a new member, the whole group held a curry rice party. However, because the sloth was eating something she couldn't digest, she almost fainted, scaring everyone. The student council president of the Animal Academy is Mickey, who's a mole with no fur. And every time she goes to her office, she would strip off all her clothes. Because for the hairless naked mole rat, wearing clothes is considered an insult. Recently, Jin has come under Mickey's radar, because he was often seen getting close to Ranka. After a period of investigation, Mickey's underlings had quietly collected 10 pictures of the cooking club into a film. The first document. The club's founder is a human female student named Hino. Other members include a sloth, always ready to faint anywhere, a kangaroo that prefers catching fish over munching eucalyptus leaves. Besides there's also a ghost member, a cat. When seeing Ranka constantly press Jin to lick his lips, Miki thought that he was plotting to conquer a harem of girls, and the club president has vowed to stop that evil ambition. The next day, while Jin was pinching Ranka's cheek, suddenly a group of female students rushed in and picked him up to take away. The little Wolf immediately stood up to intervene, and as a result, was also dragged away. Jin and Ranka were taken to meet the school boss. Is a lion named Kin? This boss heard that Jin is forming a multi-species harem, so he wants you to help him pick up girls. The target of the Green Forest Lord is a young deer, the beauty of the fitness club. Jin doesn't want to mess with the school boss, so he refused. As a result, the lioness group gave him a beating. so he finally had to agree. King confided that the first time he saw the deer, he was enchanted by her beauty. However, several times he requested his pride of lionesses force that deer over here, but it only scared her. Heard that, Jin said, if you want to confess, Kin must come to meet her himself, to truly show his sincere feelings. However, with the demeanor of the forest lord, every meeting made the deer cry out and run away. And after many failed attempts, the school boss also decided to give up, because Jin had no other way. But unexpectedly, Kin secretly loved the deer, spread rumors throughout the school, and another lion took her to threaten Kin to hand over the harem. Then he even sent his underlings to the council to force the school boss to accept the request. But at this moment, Kin had mustered his super beast strength to counterattack and sent them to meet the god of death. Then he boldly stepped towards the deer, making the top lioness fear he would wet his pants, thinking he would be severely beaten to death. But Kin surprisingly cut off his own mane, showing that he no longer wanted the lionesses to follow him, because the lionesses only like males with massive manes. After that, King gathered all his courage to express to the deer, seeing his feelings were very sincere, so the deer agreed to date the lion. The whole story had been recorded by Mickey's underlings and reported